Huh? Does this make me look, do I look fat? Anyway, fat people, rejoice. Now you can finally eat pizza. Listen, I am a person, I've been trying to lose some weight. I've lost a little bit here and there, but I've always been yo-yoing. And a lot of the stuff has to do with carbs and how carbs interact with me, right? So one of the things that we're going to do is that I'm going to show you guys how to do carbless pizza. Okay, you can go full carbless and it will still taste delicious, trust me. However, I'm going to do a little bit of a different spin here. And when all is said and done, we're going to have around 10 grams of carbs in this one pizza, which is nothing. Okay, so you can even do this during Atkins induction if you so wish to do so. However, we're going to be using a little bit of chorizo, okay, carb free. We're going to be using some diced orange peppers. Check this out, pepperoni jalapeno, hello, and some mozzarella cheese. Okay, so most of the stuff is carbless. The only thing that has carbs here is the actual peppers and a little bit of the ragu sauce. So this ragu sauce has about 5 carbs per quarter cup. We're not going to be using anything like that. Actually, we're just going to be brushing it. You'll see. So when all is said and done, you've got about 10 grams of carbs from this and the onions that I'm going to chop up, and it's going to be fantastic. You're going to be completely blown away by just how good this is. Okay, so dame un momentito, voy a empezar a preparar, and then I'll show you guys exactly how to start going about it. All right, this is take 3. All right, so we've already done this a little bit, but basically you're going to coat the pan with a little bit of olive oil. Okay, and make sure that you cover it up. Also make sure that I would definitely not suggest that people use Pam. It's a lot easier and it seems simpler, but the truth of the matter is that corrodes the, I don't know if it corrodes is the right word, but it eats up the Teflon. So spend some money on some good pans, make sure you don't do that. Okay, first off, first things first. Salud. Alright, so what we're going to do is you're going to put it on medium-high, okay, so around 6.5 to 7. And then this is a 4-cup bag of mozzarella, right? What you're going to do is you're going to put, for a pan about this size, I'd say put about 2 cups, so about half the bag, right? And the idea is for you to put it in there to the point that you can get it so that, my hands are clean, so that you can get it so that it covers the actual pan itself, okay? Because this is actually what's going to become your crust, right? So as that is doing its thing, you're going to take some of the pizza sauce, right? And if you have a brush, use it. It's a lot easier. Just going to brush a little bit on the top. It's not a really effective way of doing things, but when all is said and done, it gives it a little flavor and it keeps the carbs really low, which is the whole idea behind this, right? Not a big deal. I don't like it. It tastes delicious. All right, just a little bit now, and a little bit when it starts to get a little bit more solidified. All right, so we're going to allow this to start doing its thing. I'm going to throw a little bit of Italian seasonings in there now. This stuff, I wish we had like smell-o-vision, because this is amazing. We bought this from some little Amish people. Well, they weren't little, but they were Amish people. And it is fantastic. I mean, you can tell that this is fresh stuff. So you're going to throw some Italian herbs in there, okay? Just like you would with any other pizza dish. We're going to let this start to do its thing, okay? This is going to start to melt. Actually, if you look at it now, you can actually start seeing it. Okay? Don't freak out, that's the way it's supposed to look. So let it do its thing. It's going to take a little while. Make sure that it's not too hot. So if, depending on your ovens, on your stove, some stoves are different. I wish we could cook with gas, but where we're living right now, we don't have gas, so it's not a possibility. It's a lot easier to gauge the temperature that way. But what we're doing now is bringing this down to a point where it all melts down, and once it melts down, we're going to start throwing all of the ingredients on top, okay? So we'll be right back. So, as you can see now, it's starting to do its thing. What you want to do is with a spatula, you want to start breaking it apart from the end. The idea is to have it loose. And not yet, but pretty soon we're going to start looking to see whether it's browned or not. You want to get it brown, of course, because it starts to get a little bit hotter and harder. But you don't want to get to the point where it's dark, because then it'll just taste nasty. So we're going to put a little bit of garlic powder in there, because I'm a garlic freak. And we're gonna start putting some of the ingredients on. So okay, so we've got some pepperoni. No se puede a la naturaleza. And by the way, we're listening to Rumbong, okay? Sirius XM. If you guys want some really killer old school salsa, this is the place to go, man. Nowhere better. Okay, that's my boy Willie doing his thing. Willie, si estás viendo, papi. Patrocinando, okay? Alright, so it goes in like that. And as you can see, it's starting to melt. We're going to bring it down a little bit more, okay? Because the idea is not to get it to burn. And then we're going to start, you see how it's getting hard on the top? We're going to start putting all of the other stuff. Some onions, yum. If you don't like onions, don't use them, obviously. Some chorizo. Okay, and some of the peppers. This is crazy, but it's actual pizza and it tastes delicious, trust me. Okay? And towards the end, we're going to start putting in a little bit of Parmesan cheese on the top. Again, follow up with this and make sure that this doesn't get stuck. You see how it's not sticking to the end? Okay? Because once it gets, see, it's starting to get a little bit dark. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's starting to get a little bit dark here. It will get hard, and obviously because of all of the grease that you have from all of the ingredients, you're going to have to sop it up a little bit towards the end. This is really, really, really simple. So we're going to bring it down just a little bit more, okay? And now we're going to throw some Parmesan cheese. By the way, that jalapeno thing, it is delicious. The jalapeno pepperoni, oh my God, crazy good. A little bit of Parmesan cheese on top. Again, none of this has carbs, okay? It's all delicious. If you are in a, in a carb-free diet, if you're trying to do a ketogenic diet, if you're diabetic, like people that I know, and you want to have the deliciousness of pizza without having to deal with all of the carbs that comes with all of the flour and whatnot, this is it for you. So what we're going to do now, you see it there? This is the end result. We're going to shut it off now, okay? And we're going to let it cool just a little bit before we put this onto a different platter, okay? So we're going to let it cool there. Just don't take it off of the heat yet. Leave it there, but don't do anything to it. Don't cover it. Don't do anything because it's got to evaporate some of that grease. And then I'll show you. I'll be right back. Okay, I gotta get another cutting board that I don't have available. So I'll be right back. So if you look here, you'll see how it's starting to get brown on the edges. See that? Okay, that's really good. You want to leave it there. The idea is, once you think it's cooked to your satisfaction, you leave it there and you let it sit for a little while, because when it starts to cool off, it's going to be a lot easier for it to slide off the pan. Right now, it's just still too liquidy for it to come off. So leave it there. Don't leave it there so much so that it doesn't get, so it gets cold and you can't, enjoy the deliciousness of the warm pizza. But give it a few seconds. We'll be right back. We're going to slide it off of here onto the cutting board. This is the cutting board that I should have had. However, I don't have money because my production crew doesn't exist. It's just my girl, Amy girl. But the problem is that, hello, Food Network. What up, man? Please. Be right back. So waited about 3 minutes, and as you can see, look at it. It's starting to come off of the pan, right? So I'm gonna see how I can do this. Getting it out of the spatula. There you go. And that, my friends, is a very, very, very delicious looking carbless pizza. Now, what we're gonna do is just put a little bit more of this on the top. Okay. Again, look, 1/4 cup is the equivalent of 5 carbs, and what we're doing is dabbing. So carb wise, this is ridiculously low. Okay, but the taste is gonna be there. So this is going to dry out a little bit more. And what we're going to do is we're going to take it and we're going to cut it in slices, right? Just like you would regular pizza. It's very greasy, all right? But take it, cut it, you cut it, and you cut it. We're going to leave it there for a bit more so that I can actually get a little bit more, you know, colder, so that I can actually grab it, because it's pretty hot right now. But I guarantee you that if you try this and you know you want to have that taste of pizza, but you really can't because you want to lose some weight, or you at least want to maintain your weight or whatever, this is the way to go about it. Amy girl, thank you for bringing this to my attention. I appreciate it, and this is going to be delicious. I'm going to do one last one so you guys can see me like delighting as soon as I eat it, but we got to let it cool down a little bit, all right? We'll be right back. Okay, we're back. So, it's done. As you can see, we actually took a nice little bit out, just like a little pizza slice. You're going to grab it just like a little pizza slice, and you're going to eat it just a little pizza slice. It's really hot, so... Oh my God. This is crazy good, okay? If you're a pizza lover, okay, try this. I guarantee that once you start getting to the point where it gets to your flavor, it's going to be fantastic. Even when you do it the first time, I guarantee you it's going to be fantastic. So go ahead, try it out. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll keep on trying to come up with interesting stuff to put on the channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and I hope you guys have a great weekend. All right, go Argentina.